Hello Aries, thank you very much for tuning into your general read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Velima Tarot by Renata Lechner. For the supportive oracle cards, the magical spell cards by Lucy Cavendish. Already shuffled. Let's go ahead and see. Seems like that's together. This is interesting. Okay. When we're coming, this is ending up in an interesting spot. I'm kind of curious what actually happens here. You're starting out two cards, Temperance and the Queen of Swords. Your energy coming into this, it's not about what you want, but you seem to be seeing the view of this is not going to happen quickly. You seem to be very accepting of the rate at which things are going. I don't want to be as liberal to say that that's how you want it. It's just you see it for what it is. It's going to take some time. It just feels like there's something a little... Like you got the Queen of Swords. It seems like I don't really see you communicating as much as accepting. The situation will take time. You seem to be just like, this is just how it's going to be. It's not about liking it. It's just seeing it for what it is. Now, I'm getting the situation you're dealing with, what's actually happening. It feels like there's a group of people, quite frankly. It feels like there's more than one anyway. You get the King of Swords, the King of Wands, and you got friendship here. Now, the way this energy comes together, in my opinion, naturally... You got fire, you got air. Fire and air tend to work together well. Except the opposites don't, but that's a whole other thing. But it tends to be a very conducive working out, if you have all aspects of both, people seem to work that out. Two kings of this nature, that could be something else. But I feel when they're highlighting it with friendship, like I feel things are getting along, people are understanding, things are moving forward. Your part in this puzzle seems to be unquestionable. Like, you know what to do. You know how long it's going to take. You're not really... I don't feel you going into that mode of, like, if you like it or if you don't like it. It's just simply what it is. Now, I find it very interesting. You have the Queen of Swords coming in when you with the Temperance, like you're seeing it, you're understanding. I really don't feel you communicating. I feel you absorbing. I feel you holding it back and seeing it for what it is and just kind of like, yeah, all right. Not really going there with like it or not. I see you then evolving into the Queen of Wands. And I feel you just going along with how it needs to go. You got the thought, like you're evolving that thought, realizing, not expecting to go any faster than it is, realizing that's just how it is. You're not really investing in how you feel about it, you're just dealing with it. It's how it is. And you're keeping in with that energy. So your contribution to this situation is making it very stable. The thing is, even though, and it's not about liking it or not, I feel like we have to keep coming back to that. You're not trying to be, I like or I don't like. It's just, this is what it is. This is how I need to handle it. You're not having left or right feelings about it. I don't feel like you're letting yourself go there. But someone around the situation definitely is unsatisfied and has ideas about changing things. Because I'm getting this Five of Pentacles. Somebody's unsatisfied with the rate of return, and they want it to go faster. You just seem to be stepping back and not letting yourself think about it too much. You have other things to do. I don't feel you worrying about it, just like this is what it is. This is how I have to do it. Other people around you are not seeming to catch into that groove. And I feel like they're forcing the issue. Trying to force it forward. I don't like it. But we'll see where this goes. I don't know. It might be okay. I'm not really sure. It's just kind of like... I feel like where you're standing makes more sense. It's not, you just seem to be more accepting that it's like, this is just how it has to be. It's kind of like watching a tree grow. Like, You know, it needs to take time. It's going to take some time. And you want it to grow strong. You want it to grow healthy. You know, you're just kind of accepting it for what it is. This other side is just like, well, let's get some Miracle-Gro. Let's put some more sunlight. You know, let's get some sun lamps so it has sun at night. Like, it's a little crazy, a little out there. Oh, I forgot to turn that off. Sorry about that. What happens next is the Six of Cups with the Trust. And I'm also getting below this is someone coming in with, like, here's some possibilities. This is interesting that a page is pulling this forward. Because the page is not making it happen. But somebody's pulling in ideas, but they're just kind of like saying, well, you have this possibility, you have that possibility, this is what I've heard, this is what I've learned. Somebody else is pulling in the ideas, but this person is not the person pushing them forward. They're simply bringing in the information and bringing in some, like, sometimes that moon glow, sometimes that love feeling kind of comes in where it's like making things look better than they actually are. You know what I mean? I feel like this person might be doing that too, making things look better than they actually are. I feel people are looking at the history of the situation and they're trusting that going a little faster might change things up a bit, might make things a little better. I feel like there's a need for speed. But this person is very interesting because the way they feel them pulling forth the information, it's very lovey-lovey, like, oh, we could do this, we have these possibilities, I've seen this happen before, I've seen that happen before. Yet they're not the activator. It's very interesting to me. Because I'm getting you with the Tower card. Other people have been pushing forward, they're not happy. They want things to go faster. This person's bringing forth these ideas. They think this could happen, that could happen, but they're not the activator. You have the Tower card. I feel like this is shaking things up for you. And I feel you hitting the Tower moment, not changing where you're standing, but like I feel like you're nervous. When I feel the Tower on your side, you're afraid because it's on your side. It's like what's happening for you, emotionally for you. You're afraid that this is going to sink the ship. That, you know, if we start messing with the speed, we start messing with the gears of this situation, it might start causing problems that just get worse over time, and it might just tank the whole situation. I feel like you're more standing in that spot with, like, listen, it's not about liking how fast it's going, it's what needs to happen. Things need to take time, things need to grow properly, things need to have their time to mature. I feel like you seem to be standing in a very strong spot with, like, it's just how it has to be. And I see you holding your ground with that. The Four of Pentacles, I see you holding your ground. It's kind of like, listen, one of the reasons I'm holding my spot here, one of the reasons I'm not willing to go forward and change things this way and make things go faster is because I've done this before. I know how this works. And we're going to get, you know, so much farther down the line here, and then all the work we put in will be for nothing. It will be thrown away because we tried to push this farther ahead than it needed to, and it just self-destructed and imploded, and we ended up with nothing. And I feel you standing there saying, no, we can't do this. And this is why, because I'm not putting all this effort in just to throw it out at the end. I'm not willing to do that. So, people seem to be backing off. People seem to be backing off. You're working in your own direction here. For you, I feel you continually working to keep it on pace, on correct pace, and the biggest reason is you're not willing to put in all this effort and chance it to be all thrown away down the road. There's just no reason for it. Not putting in all this work just to throw it away. And you're not willing to chance it because I feel like you're looking at your own history and what you've seen and what you've done yourself, and you're just like, I'm not willing to waste all this effort. The harmony comes in here with the Six of Swords and the Three of Pentacles. People seem to be backing off because they want to get along with you. They seem to know you're not negotiating with this. This is how it is. You're not willing to risk the work, and it makes sense to me. You're really not willing to risk it. You're not willing to put in all this effort just to have it possibly thrown away. So it's coming up from the bottom. People want to get along with you, and I don't feel like they're bucking the system. They're not coming against you and giving you a hard time. But what you need to be aware of as you leave this reading, because this is where this is ending, the Five of Wands is in the environment. People still want to force it forward. Just because they're not coming forward to you doesn't mean that energy isn't still there. And I feel like that's the biggest part of this reading. Be aware that this card is still happening around you. It could become a problem later. Just because you're not hearing it doesn't mean it's gone. Keep that in mind, because I feel like as long as you're aware of it, as long as you keep your ear out, your eyes open, you'll see it and you can circumvent it and keep it from becoming a problem later, because very much so, you could end up doing all this work and just throwing it out the window, and there's no point to that. It's not an option. I feel like for you at least, it's not an option. So just keep that in mind. People are still unhappy. People are still trying to force things forward. They're just trying to go around you. Some of them may be trying to go around you. Keep an eye open for that. Are we good? All right, I think we're good. Thank you for watching. I hope that helps. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.